Look at it this way. If you were to jump in a vat of shit, there's absolutely no way you could avoid getting covered by shit, right? So what
Okay.
you're doing is you're sitting there on the side of the vat, and you said to yourself, I don't ever want to jump into a vat of shit anymore. And
Mm-hmm.
hey, so I'm not. And I'm on the side of the vat. And now all of a sudden you're sitting there saying to yourself, well, I feel too clean. Now I have to jump into the vat of shit so that I can feel unclean. But I don't want to jump into the vat of shit. Well, yeah, but then you want to feel unclean. So guess what? You jump into the vat of shit. You know that the moment you jump into it, you'll be covered in it. So what we're saying here and alluding to in a very interesting way is that quite simply, if you wanted to work, it would
Mm-hmm.
take you no more than 2 to 3 weeks and you would have a job.
I basically kind of need to do what I've always done, and that's where the conflict comes from, I guess.
Yes.
And also because this company, I mean,
What do you want, dear Frederick? Do you want to have a job where you're set for life and you work with the same company for the rest of your life, doing the
no, no,
same old?
no. The idea is I've created a company to do different stuff with it. The only issue I have for the short term is that in order for the company to still exist, I need to find some kind of cash flow somewhere.
Right.
And so the thing is, if I'm not accepting,
Contracts.
yeah, if actually, if I need to have some cash flow, then
Go work.
go work, exactly. And that's what I've been trying, and that's the word, trying to do, because my CV is all over the place, but I don't have any contracts. So basically, I'm probably...
But you see, you're approaching, what you've done is you've set up a company, and now you're approaching it as an employee. Okay?
For the short term, yes, because
No, dear Frederick.
Okay.
You have to decide, are you a consultant working in a company, with your own company, or are you going to be an employee of somebody else?
No. I'm a consultant in my company, but I need to. I consult for clients.
Then go find your clients, because we assure you there are hundreds of thousands of clients in and around the area within less than a 2-day train ride from you that would quite literally be begging for your services right now. Begging. So it's not a question of you can't find work, it's a question that you don't want to find work. And in the past, and even now, in your mind, you say you've got a consulting company, great, whoopee-doo, fantastic, all wonderful, all that good stuff. But the bottom line is you want someone to hire you as an employee to pay your wages, to pay your benefits, to pay your pension, to take care of you in effect, while you decide what you're going to want to do with the rest of your life. So what you want is you want basically someone to come along and take care of you until you make your own choice and decide. But you've made your choice. So again, your mind is playing a game with you here. The game of this is the childish game. The childish game of, you take care of me until I decide, but I've already decided, but yeah, I don't want to put any effort into that because I really don't want to do any work anyways. You see? So if you want a job, get a job. If you want to work, get some work. If you want an opportunity, get an opportunity. But decide what you want. Do you see?
I see,
yes. Are you getting the picture yet?
Yes.
Get some clarity in your mind between wanting a job that somebody's going to take care of you, and you can sit around and be paid from 9 to 5 and not have to do anything and not worry about it, or in your own business where you're going to be working 10, 12, 14-hour days and traveling all over and getting all kinds of work. Your choice here. And that's the decision you have to make. If you want a job, it's going to take you longer to get one than to get career, but you're going to get one. If you apply yourself starting today to getting a job, well then, within a matter of 2 to 3 months, you'll have a job. But if you want your business to get going and to take off, and you apply yourself and you get that clarity within yourself, it'll take you about 2 weeks to a month. You'll find your first contract. It could be a small one, but it'll still be a contract, and then you'll go from there. What you end up doing is you end up doing a lot of sitting around, and you're finding yourself getting tired of sitting around. Here's the question we're going to throw at you now. Do you want to come to the retreat that's coming up?
No.
Really?
I suppose.
You don't want to come because there's no money.
Actually, that wouldn't even be an excuse because I have the money. But
oh, you don't have the money. Not if you're planning a family. Deep down inside, do you want to come to the retreat? Do you want to explore once again yourself and go deeper into yourself and really release all of the fears and anxieties and the limitations that are stopping you from manifesting your own self-brilliance?
Yes, that would probably be yes. At this point, I don't see myself.
Yes, forget the at this point I don't see myself. What we're saying to you is if you had really wanted that, okay, and you had the clarity, you could have had it. You could have had your business off and running, and you would have found yourself then having to say to your clients, "I'm taking 2 weeks off. I'm not available for 2 weeks. Not I'm taking 2 weeks off. I'm an employee. I need a vacation." Do you see? You would have to say to your clients, "Sorry, the next 2 weeks I'm unavailable." Or I am available, but only through teleconferencing and through internet and Skype, etc., etc., etc. You see?
Yeah, and that was the idea. But since I haven't done that,
now you're waiting for the world to come along and take care of you, and basically to define you, to give you the sense of that says sense of purpose, that says this is what I want out of my life, and you're hoping that somehow or other the world will take care of you and that will solve all of your difficulties, so all of your issues that are limitations and belief structures that are stopping you from manifesting your own brilliance will sooner or later dissipate, so you don't ever have to do any work about it.
So,
how's that working out for you?
No, not good, and that's why the way I see it, is if I went just like I did before, if I go to the retreat but I don't change that, nothing will change.
But you have changed. Every time you've come to a retreat, you have convinced yourself you've done nothing with it.
Not much. Not nothing, but not much.
Okay. Take a look at yourself today and look at yourself 6 years ago. How much has progressed?
A lot. Well, 6 years ago.
You have a wife, you've moved houses, you've started new businesses, you've got a career, you've expanded your base of living, your own consciousness and your own subconscious. You're more loving, you're more emotional, you're more expansive, you're more willing to appreciate people. You smile more than you used to, you laugh more than you used to, and you enjoy life more than you used to.
Absolutely.
And yet you did nothing with anything that you came through. With all that you've explored, nothing happened, or very little, as you put it.
Okay, I see your point. It just didn't meet my...
what you expected was that you'd come once, and then all of a sudden, without any effort whatsoever, the universe would have anointed you, smacked you on the top of the head and said, "There you go," and all your troubles and all your worries and everything that's happened in your life, all your fears and struggles, all of that would have dissipated and you would have been the brilliant ruler of the world.
Okay, that's one way to put it. But I get it. I guess I've been a bit disappointed in myself.
Yes, and what you've been doing is you've been overjudging yourself, and you're still playing the little boy game of someone take care of me, please.
Okay.
And all we're suggesting to you is perhaps it's time now considering the brilliance that you've encountered within yourself, the brilliance you've allowed yourself to become, perhaps now is the next step. It's time for the next step to actually take charge of your life and to express that brilliance without waiting for the universe to do it for you.
Okay.
What do you think? Will you do it? Do you think it's time? Or do you think it's still, hang on a second, I want to wait just in case the universe or the world happens to be willing to take care of me tomorrow?
I think it's time.
Good. It's all related, dear friend, we assure you.
No, I can see how I've been basically blocking everything for the past few months. I can see that.
For more than the past few months. But
yes.
Specifically for the past few months, yes, but more than the past few months.
Yes, for my life. But
no, not your life. But literally for the past 5 or 6 months, you've been blocking yourself from really letting yourself just be the brilliant person that you know yourself to be. You come to the retreats, you explore, you expand, you discover something new about yourself, even though you sit there and say to yourself, nothing's ever new here, nothing's ever new here. And then you find out something is new, and you look at yourself and go, well, I can learn that. Oh, geez, that's great. Oh, that's wonderful. And you walk away and say to yourself, well, yeah, that was all right. That was interesting. Well, it wasn't great. It was all right. It's just all right. Yeah, I learned a little bit. No, I don't. Yeah, but you don't realize all that's going on inside of you. And as it progresses, as it manifests, then as the year moves from there to here, you find yourself now looking at yourself and you're wondering why it is you're not making the next step. Well, the next step, the reason you're not making the next step is quite simply because you're afraid of everything you've uncovered inside of you, that brilliance, and it's just there waiting to express itself, but it needs you to go out there and just do something with it. And you're still waiting, as we said, there's still a psychology within you. You're still waiting for the universe to come along and take care of you and basically make your life fantastic and wonderful and everything else, so that way you don't have to do anything. After all, your greatest dream is to do nothing, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm actually quite good at that, yeah.
No, you're not. You're actually very lousy at it.
Okay. I agree, okay.
Because you do work really hard at doing nothing.
Yes.
Do you see?
Yes.
Now, if you were like dear Rene, you don't have to work really hard at doing nothing. He does nothing just by his nature. Do you see?
Mm-hmm.
So, take a lesson from him and learn how to sleep and make a living, or failing that, do what you enjoy most. And what you enjoy most is having an eclectic experience in life where you can literally go from one aspect to another, keep your mind occupied, and still get to explore at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So set up your business that way.
Okay.
And if you have 10 clients or 20 clients or 30 clients, each one different, each one in a new aspect, you'll find that you'll have that eclectic experience. And then you'll have no excuse for not showing up to the retreat, because then you'll look at it and say, well, my life is really all exactly the way I wanted it set up. I don't really need to go to the retreat to find anything else. I'm absolutely perfect. This is wonderful. Now I can go to the retreat and show how perfect I really am.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Which, of course, when you do, you'll discover that perfect as you are, there's still more that you can explore. Do you see?
Okay. Mm-hmm. I see.
Your choice.